This is the Wonder Box. I'm going to shake the Wonder Box, and you are going to guess what's inside. And if you're on Zoom, you can put your guesses in the chat. Are you ready? It's a quiet sound. I'll take it a little harder. What could that be? Go ahead, shout it out. Rocks? It's not rocks. It's, as Rob said, it's never rocks, except at one time it was, so you can't say never rocks. What else? Shout it out. Paper is a good guess. Yep. Oh, wow, that is so specific. A maraca with nothing inside of it. That's a really good, very specific guess. Emily. Beads? That's a good guess. I'll take one more. Yes, Wilhelmina. Photographs. That's a good guess too, but none of you got it today. Ooh, grass. All right. Do you know the story of the 3 little pigs? That's not the story I'm telling today, but I want you to bring it to mind. Remember in the story of the 3 little pigs, one of the pigs built his house out of straw or grass or hay. One of the pigs built his house out of sticks, and one of the pigs built his house out of right. And then the wolf came and he huffed and he puffed and he blew down the house made of straw, and he blew down the house made of sticks, but the house made of bricks stood firm and the wolf couldn't knock it down. And the moral of that story was, hard work matters, because the pig who built his house out of bricks, he worked a little bit harder than the pig who built his house out of straw and the pig who built his house out of sticks. But they all worked by themselves, right? I'm going to tell you a story, a true story, about something built out of grass that was as strong as the pig's brick house, but it was strong because it was built by a lot of people together. The pig story makes us think that grass is not strong, but it can be strong if everyone works together. So, for hundreds of years, Incan people in South America have built bridges out of straw or out of grass. Now these bridges, there's one, these bridges span between mountains, and you can see how far down that drop is from that bridge. It's high up in the air. They can be as long as 60 feet. 60 feet is like from here to Fellowship Hall. Or like on a football field, 60 feet is a little more than half a football field. Go Eagles. So, these are long bridges, and here's how it works. The whole community comes together every year to build the bridges. Because the thing about a bridge made out of grass is it doesn't actually last very long. It lasts for about a year, maybe a little longer, but in order to be safe, they rebuild the bridge every single year. So on the appointed day, the people in the community come together and everyone has a job to do. Some people gather the grass. Some people weave the grass into little strings. Some people weave those strings together into thicker rope. Some people weave those ropes together into cables as wide as my arm. And then some people take those cables and they stretch them across between the 2 mountains, and they secure them. And then some very, very brave people go out on those lines, those cables, and they put together the base, and they weave it together, and they make the sides of the bridge. This whole process takes about 5 days, and the community gets together and does it every year. There is still one of these bridges that is still built in this way every single year. The bridges were necessary 100 years ago, 200 years ago, 300 years ago to help the Incan people get from place to place, to get to the market, to do what they needed to do. They could support 5 adults, plus animals like llamas could go across these bridges. It was essential to their community. So why am I telling you this story today? Well, in about an hour, we are going to build our bridge. And here's how we do it. We have a long meeting. That's how we build our bridge. And that's great. It's important because this is how our community comes together. This is how every person in our community does their part. Some of us teach RE, many of us give money, which is important. Some of us serve on the board or the executive team. Some of us are staff members. Some of us are hospitality or sing in the choir. Everyone has their part, and this is how we build our essential bridges. And we have to keep doing it, just because that's the nature of being part of a community together.